Hardtails are not only fun to ride, they're versatile, affordable, and dependable, demonstrating the perfect example of why simple is sometimes just better. But the one question I ask myself is, why do people leave a hardtail after a few months or the first year of riding? Well, today I'm going to tell you why hardtails are worth it and why they possibly might be the right bike for you, so you can stop lusting after that $10,000 dual suspension bike and get a great value hardtail. Hi everyone, Phil from Bikes Online here, and I'm the social media manager at Bikes Online and a fellow mountain bike enthusiast. So here's the deal. I've been riding a hardtail for the past few months, and the main reason was because I had to give back my loaner bike for the past year, and that was a dual suspension bike, the Polygon Siskiyou T8. But after riding my hardtail, which is a Marin Bobcat Trail 4, I've actually fallen in love with hardtails. This is something I never thought I'd say, because my experience on my entry-level budget hardtail when I first started mountain biking, as soon as I jumped on a dual suspension, I was like, I'm never going back again. But after riding a decent hardtail with good geometry, I've actually changed my mind. So here's my top 5 reasons why I think everyone should own a hardtail. The first one, I'm sure you've heard before, they're valuable learning tools, not only for beginners, but intermediate and advanced riders as well. With a hardtail, you're forced to make good line choices. There's no rear suspension soaking up the bump and keeping you on line. You've got to pick the right line, and then you've also got to stay smooth as well. So it really improves your body language on the bike. But something I didn't notice while riding a dual suspension bike, what was really amplified on a hardtail, was I really noticed that I wasn't pedaling smoothly. I think the rear suspension can kind of mute this feeling, but I could really feel I wasn't pedaling smoothly. And I also felt when I was getting on top of the cadence for the gear that I was in as well. So the second is that a good hardtail is a lot more capable than you think. And I think there's two main reasons why we underestimate hardtails. Is that the first bike we rode was typically a classic XC kind of more oriented hardtail, so they're going to be a little bit more twitchy on the descents. And then the second is a lot of us are over bike these days, so we're riding a bike that has a bit more travel than we probably need. So if you get a good hardtail with a short stem, wide bars, decent head angle, roomy reach, and then you also get a decent amount of travel as well, I think you'll be really surprised at how capable these bikes are. I'm hitting most of the same stuff that I did on my Siskiyou T on the Marin Bobcat Trail, especially since I've upgraded the fork to a 130mm Marzocchi Z2, so I've got the air fork on there now, and it's really impressed me at how capable it is. And it's only really when I'm hitting bigger drops and very chunky stuff at speed that I notice, hey, I probably would like some rear suspension here, but 95% of the time, I'm loving the hardtail. And leading on from that point, hardtails are just plain fun. They're lighter and more efficient, making climbs a lot easier, so you're going to be having a lot more fun on the trail. And then on the descents, because they're a bit more efficient, you can get in those extra pedal strokes, hit a double, do some more manuals and that kind of stuff. They're just plain fun. And in that too, because they're a bit lighter, they're easier to maneuver as well. So as I said, manual, jump, throw it around, shrubs and berms. Hardtails are great fun for that. And continuing from that, they're just going to make more mundane, boring trails a bit more fun again. And that's not just for beginner and intermediate riders. I think a lot of advanced riders are going to go back to these more XC-oriented trails with a hardtail and find them more fun again. Reason number 4 is they're simple pieces of kit. And not only is this better for maintenance, there's less to worry about, especially with the rear suspension linkage and that kind of stuff like that. But on an equivalent spec bike, say hardtail to dual suspension, you're going to get better parts for the money with a hardtail. And especially for beginner riders, because bikes are getting better these days, geometry, parts, all that kind of stuff like that, you can actually get a really capable bike at a great price point. As I said, like Marin Bobcat Trail 4, and I've been able to upgrade that bike to make it even more capable. And I'll leave a link to my bike in the description as well. And reason number 5 is that they're super versatile. They're like the Swiss Army knives of bikes. You need a loaner bike for a friend to get into mountain biking, your dual suspension's in for a service, and you just need a bike that you can ride that's nice and simple, that'll get the job done. Or maybe your family just wants to go for a ride and you don't want to lug around a dual suspension bike and you need to put a child seat on the back. And the last one, you're going to be very annoyed if you have to leave your $5,000, $10,000 dual suspension bike locked up somewhere just to get it stolen. Having that cheaper hardtail there where you can lock it up and do that kind of stuff like that or leave it at the shops, it's going to be more worthwhile having a hardtail. But not only in different use cases like that, they're versatile on the trail. You can take them on XC, trail, even enduro stuff these days on some pretty capable bikes. And then you can use it as a commuter as well. So if you change the tires or you've just got more XC tires on the bike, you can use it for commuting too. So they're just super versatile. You can use them for everything these days. So there you go. There's my top 5 reasons why I think everyone should own a hardtail. I'll also leave a link to the first episode of the Bike Shed Show. And in that, Devan and Peter did a good overview looking into some of our entry-level hardtails as well as bikes up to, say, the Polygon Xstrata 7. So if you want an in-depth, comprehensive look at that, or you're getting into mountain biking and you don't know what to get, definitely check out that video. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. See ya.